Hey everybody. It was a long night last night. It was the 4th of June. And the temperature dipped down. So, Net woke up Glenn. Well, yeah, I guess I did. Sorry, Glenn. 2:30. And we came outside and put protective measures over... That one's funny, eh? That was Net's brain at 2:30 this morning. Protective measures over the most vulnerable of the crops that I just put out yesterday. So I'm going to do some walking around and see what happened. Everything that was covered will be fine. And this green bean I transplanted, it just seems just fine. So maybe the 2:30 in the morning adventures were all for nothing. Maybe. Not all for nothing. If I had lost some plants, I would have been very upset. So I'm going to go check on the baby chicks now and see how they're doing. We also visited them in the middle of the night. Oh yeah, and I'm going to take the propane bottle out of the greenhouse because it might get kind of hot in there today. Hello, 18. What's going on? Who says cows aren't trainable, hey? Look. Yummy. You're welcome. Good morning, peepees. Looks like the Cornish hens partied too hard last night. Well, they were pretty active when we were out here at 2:45 this morning checking on them. They done played themselves out. These are the brown layers. Looks like I need to clean you guys' waters out. Where's your chicken boss? She needs to be doing that. These are the turkeys. Good morning, turkeys. Doesn't look like we lost anybody last night. That's good. Oh, that one's stretching out. Check that stretch. Oh. That's cool. They're so funny when they sleep. They'll just fall asleep and their face will go straight down wherever they are. It's hilarious. What are you doing, Glenn?
I'm planting your food forest, honey.
My food forest?
Yes.
Sounds glorious to me.
Yeah.
When we built this small garden area here where we've got stuff planted, we put in an underground... How big a pipe is that? I said a 1/2 inch, 5/8? 1/2 inch? We put a 1/2 inch pipe, buried it underground, put it all the way around all the plants, and I know it's not super obvious right now, but we built this like an old-fashioned keyhole. So we wanted the opening to the keyhole to go in 2 plants, and then kind of wrap around in a nice kind of circle thing. And then we decided to put stuff inside of it. So yeah, so let's look at what we got today. Glenn's planting a Romeo cherry, and this one is a bush style, so it's supposed to spread out and not get very tall. This area over here by the chicken yard is going to be our kind of our fruit forest. It's going to have our fruit trees. So we're going to plant this Dexter Jackson apple here, and we try to get everything zone 2. So it can go down to -42 Celsius. So that's going to look great there. This one that I was watering with the bucket is an Evans cherry, and they're more of a tart cherry, but they make apparently really good jams or jellies or pies. This one I don't think I showed you before. This is a variety. This tree here has 5 different kinds of apple on it. That's planted by the rhubarb. And then we got another haskap berry because we've only got one and they need a buddy, I guess. And then we've got, this is a Romeo cherry, also zone 2. And it's supposed to have a fruit that you can eat right off the tree. So it's kind of back tucked in here. You can see that we've got the fruit stuff going on here. We're going to fence this area off and let the chickens come in here for a bit. So we just bought a raspberry that we're going to plant somewhere. Glenn doesn't want it out in the keyhole. So, I don't know. He said he had an idea what to do with it. You can see I didn't quite get everything planted today. We got distracted by going to buy more food. I got some herbs to put in the garden because I really like oregano dried over the winter time, and it always gets used up first. So we got some grapes. Big surprise, they're zone 2 grapes. Got 2 of them. And they don't get super tall, these ones. I mean, 8 feet is still pretty tall. I was going to show you my transplanted squash. So here's some of the transplanted squash. I put a couple buckets by that one to protect it. It didn't look so hot. This one, these ones, already have some fruits growing on them. So I am not sure whether that's going to be one of the yellow zucchinis or whether that's going to be a crookneck. Either way, they're both summer squash. So before we went to go to the garden center today, which was kind of an unexpected trip, but I mean, you gotta plant trees every year, otherwise you never catch up with the trees that die or get old. Okay, so before I went, I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ground cherries. Those are really cool. When they're like a little fruit that forms in a husk. You should look it up. Ask Mr. Google about it because they're cool. And I think these are peppers. But again, you know, sometimes Nat just threw seeds in the ground and who knows what they were. Now I'm reminding myself to do a better job of that. So these are on the west stack. You can see our mountains in the background, kind of. It's a cloudy day, perfect for transplanting. So I'm going to have to watch these guys because they'll get full sun, the hot blazing sun, and I'll have to keep them wet. I'm going to put some mulch on top and possibly like some shade cloth if it gets too warm outside. It was a big day, like usual. Garden looks great over there, hey? Looks really nice. It's really coming along. Everybody looks pretty happy and spread out. Oh. Yeah, I guess if they're moving, that's a good thing. We've had 3 of those guys expire. We're not really sure why, but it happens. Usually the hatchery sends you a few extra, 1 extra per type. Ooh, check that out. This brown one's getting feathers. Cool. You guys aren't going to be so cute anymore. These are the turkeys. Turkeys. Turkeys make kind of a different noise than the baby chicks. Looks like we could probably clean your water out a little bit here. Let's pull some of the straw out of there. Sorry, buddy. Oh my goodness. Dorbs. So what is going on with these lilacs? Well, I was inspired to look up recipes for lilacs flowers when a friend had posted on Facebook that her daughter was looking for some lilac flowers to make jelly out of. So it's raining. I'm waiting for the oven to warm up so that I can cook Frank, who is looking absolutely delicious. And I got my Dutch oven in the oven warming up with the oven. So I can't wait to cook Frank. So I thought, well, why not get the lilac syrup started while I'm waiting? Because I need to pull all these little flowers off, and then it needs to boil in the water for a little bit and sit for about up to 8 hours for best flavor.